Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Emma and Tom, for inviting me. My name is Mary Njoki, and I currently finished my PhD at Stirling University. I was exploring the experiences of Black and minority ethnic community people who are living with dementia. But for today, I'm going to specifically talk about the challenges of recruitment for the group I was working with. The aim of my research was to try and find out if direct payment is an effective means of trying to resolve the challenges that BME people experience when they are accessing services. And it was a qualitative research that I adopted narrative methodology and also used thematic narrative analysis to try and gain some insight and understand some of the experiences that people told from the stories that they gave. And I was very much interested with the intersection of dementia, ethnicity, and direct payment, and still putting the person living with dementia at the heart of the research. And I'm going to talk of some of the key challenges that I faced, and one of it was gaining access through the gatekeepers. This was mainly caused by budget cuts and restructuring of the different organizations, especially those that support Black and minority community people, and this meant they didn't have capacity to accommodate my research. And also overcoming trust, gaining trust within the Black and minority community was one of the things that was highlighted as quite challenging because they have experienced a lot of over-consultation and they don't see any feedback from that, or they don't see any outcome, and this can make people feel there's no benefit or point of participating in research. So I had to try and find ways of trying to gain that access. And also the stigma towards mainstream services, where people may feel that they are going to be shamed within the community, or where it's seen as a taboo, and for this reason people may not go to access the services and may look after their own families. Also, some people did say that they do look after their own families other than going to seek mainstream services, but this meant that some of the organizations that I was approaching, there wasn't a single person from BME that accessed the services. And also the stigma towards dementia, and especially if dementia is linked to mental health condition, where then the person may be hidden away and may not see it as something they want to talk openly about in research. And then there's also language barriers, and if there's that case, then you need translation and interpreters, which wasn't something I had budget for within my research. And for people from Black and minority community with dementia, they may revert back to their native languages, even if they were quite fluent speaking in English for the many years they had lived here. So that's something that may want to consider. And also just other cultural and religious differences that may make people not want to participate in research. So some of the ways that I tried to address these challenges was through my previous network as a social worker for several years, and also visiting the organizations in person, and that was to speak to the managers, speak to the staff, and also try and meet with some of the people who use the services just to try and explain more about my research. And I also attended various events organized for BME people, and that's again to try and explain about my research and what would be some of the benefits of participating. Went to places of worship, especially like in the mosque, where I spoke to some of the leaders there, asking what are the challenges and how could I overcome some of those challenges. And they offered to advertise the research either through WhatsApp groups and other ways of engaging with the community. Also went to restaurants where there are mostly BME people learn, or where there were lots of BME people who attend, and I put up flyers there and again discussed my research with various people over there. And also the various organizations I approached, I asked them to distribute my flyer and also in their newsletters and any of their network that might be interested. Also attended the older people assembly in the Scottish Government, where I was likely to meet up with various organizations that support BME people and other older people living with dementia, to again try and recruit participants from there. And also I contacted one of the Asian radio station to advertise the research. And through all this effort, I did manage to get all the participants that I had wanted to interview, but I did manage to get a good sample to carry on and finish my research. So those were some of the challenges and how I tried to overcome them. Thank you very much.